Start your wellness journey at Whole Foods Market, where it's Jumpstart January through the 16th. Stock up on supplements with some of the year's biggest savings. Plus, save on air-chilled organic boneless skinless chicken breasts, organic Honeycrisp apples, organic large Hass avocados, and more. And since Whole Foods Market is the only certified organic national grocer, it's easy to make them your wellness destination. Jumpstart your January now at Whole Foods Market.
Today on CityCast Chicago, there are a lot of reasons you might find yourself ordering plant-based food in 2024. Maybe it's part of your New Year's resolution to be healthier or more environmentally conscious, or maybe you're just trying to go out with your vegan friend in this meat and potatoes town. We're talking to the brother and sister team behind one of the city's oldest vegan restaurants and to get some tasty tips. It's Wednesday, January 10th. I'm Simona Visea in for Jacoby Cochran, and this is what Chicago's talking about. Lori C.A. and R.L. Brown own Soul Veg City in Chatham, which has been serving up plant-based foods for over 40 years. Lori, welcome to CityCast Chicago.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
And R.L., thanks for joining us as well.
Same here. The pleasure is ours.
R.L., I want to start with you. You know, you guys grew up eating plant-based foods, and I'm curious if you're thinking about availability and flavor, how would Chicago generally rank for vegan food in 2024, in your opinion? Like if you had to give it like a 1 to 5 ranking.
So 1 of 5 for me, I would put us at 4.
Okay. What is that thing that keeps it from being a 5 for you?
I don't have enough locations across the city.
Mm-hmm.
If I had more locations across the city, it would automatically have a 5, because that means people would have more access and then they would be able to enjoy more of it.
Mm-hmm. Lori, what about for you if you had to rank Chicago's vegan food from 1 to 5?
I would rank Soul Veg City's food a 5, but Chicago a 3.
A 3. Okay.
A lot of people are more open to it now than they were before. And what we have here at Soul Veg City, we provide like the best tasting food. We like to just call it food, even though it's plant-based and it's vegan. It's just food. So we're a 5 on taste.
Mm-hmm. But you think other restaurants could be doing better in terms of flavor and taste?
Yeah, I give them a 3.5.
Well, I'm curious though, right? We're talking now in 2024, where, as you said, more people are open to it, obviously more options available. But I'm curious how y'all think that compares to when your parents first opened the restaurant in the early 1980s. RL, like how different was it back then compared to now?
Based on what they told me, they used to bring people in and give the food away. It really wasn't even a business because people didn't even understand what vegan food was. That's why our dad used the word vegetarian versus vegan back then, because it was a more welcoming term and a more familiarized word that people could actually connect to.
You know, in a city where some of our most iconic dishes, feature meat and cheese, you're talking Italian beef, you're talking hot dog, you're talking pizza. Lori, why do you think Chicagoans should give plant-based meals a chance?
For one, there's no animal cruelty there. For two, there's no processed, no saturated fats, no refined sugars or anything like that in our food. Like I said, it's fresh. It's made from scratch. It's made in-house. We make our own cheese. It's less all of those things that will cause our bodies these ailments that we have with the high blood pressure and diabetes. So I believe that if our customers or the patrons of the restaurant would choose to eat more of a plant-based gyro or Italian beef that's made from how we make it, you still get a great tasty flavor. You're not feeling heavy and weighed down after eating our Italian beef as if you would eat an Italian beef that's made from the cow.
Can you tell me a little bit more about your Italian beef? What goes into it? What makes it tasty?
So we season it. Well, we season everything with our in-house seasoning, Italian seasonings, garlic powder, a lot of other spices that we use when we make our vegan meat. We slice it thin and we put the same things. We make our in-house cheese. We put the giardiniera peppers, lay it on the hoagie roll. We dip it, and it's just tasty. It's just plant-based.
I'm a meat eater, and I've definitely been curious to try to like incorporate more plant-based meals into sort of regular rotation. Not everything's got to have meat in it. Not everything's got to have cheese in it. Trying new stuff. RL, I'm curious when you run into vegan skeptics, because there are a lot of them out there still in Chicago. I mean, what do you say to say, no, this is, I promise you, you're gonna like this?
One of the things that I run them to them every day.
Mm-hmm.
So the first thing I tell them to do is just look at it as food. Don't look at it as healthy food. Don't look at it as plant-based food. Don't look at it as something that's supposed to give you anything outside of fill your hunger. That's what we think about when we think about food. We're just trying to fill that void. We really ain't thinking if it's good or if it's bad or how much I should. We really ain't thinking calorie count. We ain't thinking none of that cholesterol. We just want to eat. The second thing I say is after you look at it as food, what kind of food do you prefer? Are you a burger person? Are you heavy on liking your meats? Are you even heavy on veggies? Because everybody that eat meat, that don't mean they heavy on meat. So they probably just like a little meat and they heavy on veggies.
Mm.
So whatever you like, I always encourage people to start there.
Start your wellness journey at Whole Foods Market, where it's Jumpstart January through the 16th. Stock up on supplements with some of the year's biggest savings. Plus, save on air-chilled organic boneless skinless chicken breasts, organic Honeycrisp apples, organic large Hass avocados, and more. And since Whole Foods Market is the only certified organic national grocer, it's easy to make them your wellness destination. Jumpstart your January now at Whole Foods Market.
RL, what's a dish y'all make at Soul Veg City that consistently surprises meat eaters by how much they like it?
So I gyro, that's kind of like our number one seller. But macaroni and cheese above all. I have to be. I just remembered that.
Lori, what's in the mac and cheese and the gyro that makes it so flavorful?
It's just we know how to put spices and seasonings together to create a taste that's just unique and different. Um, so one thing I will say is that we make everything with love. So that's the one ingredient you can't buy off the shelf. It's a generation, and it'll last in our generations, pat on and on and on. That's to me what makes it, so unique and different and good and tasty.
Are people surprised that there's no cheese?
Yeah, they know it's cheese because cheese is more of a texture that people look for.
Mm-hmm.
You see, so they hate to have to acknowledge that it's cheese. That's the thing. Because they're used to the cheese that they familiar with.
Mm-hmm.
So, but they appreciate it being a cheese that's different. And that's what surprised them. That it could be called what most people would say is fake cheese. People would say, y'all got that fake cheese?
I
But it's good.
The reason I keep asking about it is because I've encountered there are some not great fake cheeses. Like there are some
Yeah.
not great, non-dairy cheeses out there. And so, I
And I would say this to you. Every cheese that you have had regularly out of the store is not that great either, right? This is the part that most people don't want to acknowledge. because it's vegan, it seems as if it get an extra, it's bad.
I hear you. Lori, who else is making plant-based dishes in Chicago that you enjoy? Where do you get your meals when you're not at Soul Veg City?
My Johnny's is pretty It's pretty tasty. My Johnny's. That's a vegan
Majani, and
restaurant.
yeah, that's on the south side.
We just went somewhere for his wife's birthday, and their vegan food menu was pretty tasty. And the restaurant is Casati's. It's a modern Italian.
Can you tell me what was on the menu that you liked?
So the artichoke tart, it was like a fried artichoke heart, and then a pasta dish that they had that I really enjoyed.
RL, what about you? What are some restaurants in Chicago that you want to let other people know where they can find some plant-based dishes?
So, because like I go to all the restaurants here in Chicago. Anybody that come out vegan, got a vegan menu, I try to hit them up. So, Pick Me Up Cafe, which is up north. I started going there probably 15 years ago or longer when I used to hang out back in the day and get the pancakes and so forth and so on. And that's my children's favorite because it's kind of like children food. They got the pancakes and the French toast and the fries with the cheese and so forth and so on. And then after that, my wife's favorite is Chicago Diner. We used to always get the poutine, even though they changed it, but she liked Chicago Diner. And my favorite go to is Handlebars. Handlebars is a nice place up there on North Ave. And a family favorite collectively when we just out and we want to grab something is Demo Pizza. So you could kind of customize your pizza however you want. And they got the vegan option as far as the vegan cheese and the vegan meat substitutes like the vegan chicken or vegan buffalo. So those are just some places that I would let people know that they can check out. But one of my favorite, I almost forgot. And that's really the reason I almost forgot is because I'm normally not out that way. And that's Daisy's Cafe,
That's you're talking about Daisy's Catering Cafe in South Holland, right?
South Holland. Yeah, but yes, yes. But they're a restaurant though. Yeah, they're carry out. You can go in, sit down, or take out. Yeah. They kind of like a off branch of Soul Veg City because the owners used to work here years ago, about 15, 16 years ago. And they was really, really loyal and good friends of our parents. And they opened up a business out south in the south suburbs. They are second to us.
Lori, what's your biggest tip for somebody who is looking to incorporate more plant-based food into their day-to-day? Maybe they're not going vegan fully, but they're just, trying to get on it.
I would tell them to just add one thing different to their plate. If it's a vegetable, just add a vegetable or try and add a piece of vegan meat substitute. That's kind of how we help our customers. It's like you don't have to go cold turkey, just vegan in the sense, go with what you're used to, but just add something different, healthier to your plate.
I'm curious, do you have a dish that you like to start people out on?
Yeah, I would say because everybody's kind of familiar with kale greens or collard greens, and I would tell them to start there. That's on a neutral ground.
It's already a veggie side that you would be eating anyway.
Yes, and it's made without smoked turkey. So that's something else that I would tell them. Like, look, just try it. I have a girlfriend, and they put meat in everything, like the cabbage, the string beans, the greens. I'm like, look, you have the meat on your plate. Don't not eat the meat because it's what you're used to, but try making your veggies without the meat. You know, I would recommend that, and then even to give our barbecue uh, tidbits a try, or our barbecue delights. It's our version of what will be a rib. So the sauce is quite familiar, and it's just like give that a try. But definitely the kale greens.
I love that. Lori CA and RL Brown own Soul Veg City in Chatham. Thank you both so much for taking the time and talking with me today.
You're welcome.
And some good news before we let you go. You have a few more days to name a Chicago snowplow. Last year was the first time Chicagoans got to submit names like Mrs. O'Leary's Plow, Salter Payton, and Sears Plower. Submit your idea by Friday, and then voting will happen later this month. Check the link in the show notes for more details. Mine would be Snow Problem. Like it's no problem, but snow problem. I think it's cute. The show notes is also where you'll find a link to vote CityCast Chicago as Best Podcast and Hey Chicago as Best Newsletter in the Reader's Best of 2023. Find us under the City Life category. We'll be back in your feeds tomorrow. We'll talk to you then.